Hey guys, once again, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. This is part 2 to the Blasphemous sword build that I posted the other day. I really wanted to post this update, show the tweaks and stuff that I've made to the build overall. It's hitting a lot harder, and thanks to some suggestions from comments, from Boorad. I appreciate the suggestion on the Royal Knight's Resolve Ashe on a straight sword or a short sword. I really appreciate that. You're right, it helps a lot. For those of you who don't know, the Royal Knight's Resolve Ashe will boost the attack damage of your next attack, which is very helpful with the Blasphemous blade, because you know we're using that weapon art, that L2, and with that extra bonus damage from that sword, I mean that one extra boosted hit is insane. So the changes to the build, what matters is I respect and dumped 50 points into faith. I'm going heavy into dex and vigor other than that, and just kind of messing with everything else. But yeah, that faith, having it higher is all the better. As you can see, I'm sitting at 912 right hand attack power just at stock at base, and that is thanks to the ritual sword talisman, which raises attack power when HP is at maximum. So we're going to be running that with a heal over time. I prefer the bestial vitality heal over time, and the reason why we're going to do that is to make sure we stay at max HP, so whenever we take damage during a fight and we pop an HP or a heal and we're just shy of max, you know, we're not going to get that bonus from the ritual sword talisman. So we're going to have a heal over time in order to make sure that whenever we drink a flask after we get hit, we can get back up to max HP in order to get the bonus from this talisman here, the ritual sword. Also, the Fire Scorpion charm. I've been looking for it for a while. Finally found it in the volcano, or not in the volcano manor, but near the volcano manor. It raises your fire attack, but lowers damage negation. No big deal. You know, that's why we're running a lot of vigor, because, you know, outside of really faith, maybe some dexterity if you plan on casting, and you know, mind for the FP. You're really not dumping much into stats, so vigor is going to be pretty much your second or third priority stat here. So the damage negation we're not really too worried about, but that raises fire attack is going to be huge, because it's directly going to affect not only our sword attacks, but of course that weapon art that we're using. So Fire Scorpion charm, must have. I'd say the ritual sword talisman also must have. We're also still running the Radagon sword seal and the filigreed crest. I'd say those 4 talismans right there really complete the build and round it out. It's nearly perfect. The Royal Knight's Resolve, it's not, you don't need to have it, especially for if you're just going to grab the sword and start doing damage right away. I'd say really focus on getting your talisman straight and your stats. But that Royal Knight's Resolve Ashe of War does help a lot, but it's deep in the volcano manor, and I wouldn't be too rushed into getting it. But it is nice, especially if you're looking to one-shot a lot of things. It really does boost that one-shot capability. Yeah, I'll just show you some numbers real quick before I drop some clips. So here you see the right hand armaments at 912 stock, at just one hand. We're not going to two-hand it once we get the boosts, because once you get the boost, if you two-hand it while the short sword is in your left hand, and let's say you use that left hand to get the boost with the short sword, if you two-hand the right hand sword, that boost will go away, or that buff, and we don't want that to happen, because we want to maximize the damage output for this here, and that's what that's going to do. So like I said, you know, make sure you pop the heal over time whenever you go into a fight to make sure that HP stays at maximum. We're also going to make sure we have Golden Vow as well, because that's going to give us more attack damage. So we went from 947 up to 1049. And then from there, we're going to break out the short sword, pop its art, okay, and then we're going to one-hand the Blasphemous sword with the short sword to make sure we still get that bonus. And, oh, well, you see it just went away, but it was at around 1900. Let's pop it again. Yeah, see, it's at 1888 now. And I did have it earlier up above 1888. It seems like the damage might scale from like where you're at in location, because when I was just in the snow area, it was at like 2148 as far as after I had all my buffs going, and it was sitting around 1200 stock. So I'm not sure exactly if I maybe unequipped something, which I don't think I did, or the areas scale with damage, which might be possible too. It's the only thing I can think of outside of that. Also, I've added fire giant spells to the build, and I love Chaos Bed Vestiges and the Pyromancies in Dark Souls 3 and Pyromancy. I always do Flame Swordsman in the Dark Souls games, and I found the Fire Giant's Pyromancy Tome. I think it was here. No, I'm sorry. It was here in the Guardian's Garrison. And that's where I found that Fire Pyromancy Tome from the Giants. It's wonderful. I mean, these spells are just great. They have tons of range, insane damage. They cast fast, massive AoE explosion. It's a lot of fun. And the scatter one, anytime you have a group of enemies, this thing's perfect. I mean, those things do a lot of damage. And in PvP too, if you're, you need some range or you're trying to roll catch someone running away from you, this right here is pretty much a guaranteed hit. And it does insane damage. I mean, the damage those things does takes you back, because it just takes you aback, because it really throws you off at how much damage they're doing. But like I said before in the other video, spells are optional. If you don't want to run spells at all, that's fine. I just prefer to run them because I like having that kind of spell slinging, sword slinger type feel to it. Other than that, man, yeah, those things right there have really boosted the build, hitting insanely hard on average. On larger enemies that don't have really good fire resistance, I hit anywhere from 3.2 to 3.8k. I'll show you a clip earlier. I landed art on the back of one of those big terrifying dog things out in the snow, and crit it from behind for 8k, which was pretty insane. And I think there's a boss or two that I'm going to clip and put in there. But other than that, I just wanted to show this real quick. I think if you're around level 100, 1 to 120, go for 50 faith. I noticed that the overall weapon damage, I heard the new soft cap was 80, but I noticed that the weapon damage for faith stopped going up by 2s once I hit 50. So it was going up in increments of 2 until I hit level 50, and then when I tried to put a point into 51, it went up by an increment of 1, and then once I put a point, or started putting points into dex, each point I put into dex actually increased it by 2 then. So I'm not sure exactly if that's a soft cap I'm not sure exactly how that works, but that's just the math that I have found, that once you get to 50, the weapon damage itself only increases by 1. And dex, maybe strength 2 will also increase it by 2, at least up until 40 would be my guess, because it's through the 30s of dex has been 2 per increment. Other than that, man, lots of damage in this build, easy to do. All you got to do is just get the Blasphemous sword, find yourself some talismans, and you're good to go. Everything I have in this build is not necessary for it to do well. It's just pretty much min-maxing it to get the most out of it. And as of right now, like I said, at its high end, it's hitting almost at 4K. I want to thank Booradley for suggesting the Royal Knight's Resolve Ashe of War. That was a great idea, man. I didn't even know that thing existed, and that one hit buff is really huge for this build. It's perfect, just getting that one big weapon art in. It's perfect for the build, and whenever you guys get time, I'd suggest chasing that one down. Once you get the rest of the build complete, go for your talismans. Definitely get that Fire Scorpion charm. And man, I can't wait to see what you guys post in the comments. Let me know if the build's working for you, if you need any help finding something for the build, and what kind of damage you're doing, and how it's helping you, because I think This is going to be fun for you guys. I'm absolutely enjoying it. I can't wait to do other builds too and post them on the channel. It's actually an idea for a series I want to do. I've been wanting to do it for a while for many different games. So if you guys are interested in other builds, maybe doing some cosplay builds, some like anime character style builds, stuff like that, very specific. Or I was thinking doing like a D&D class build, you know, like a ranger, anything like that, you know, just going wild with it. There's many build ideas that I've been able to put together. So if you guys like it, please feel free to share, comment, please subscribe. I would love to have some subscribers. I don't plan on doing this for a living, but I enjoy sharing my content and having a community. Love the Dark Souls community. And the new players coming into Elden Ring, I love seeing an influx of new players. I love these games, love these kinds of games, and I know it's been daunting for a lot of people to get in and try it, and I'm just glad to see that everyone's kind of jumping in feet first and getting wet. So so I guess I'll catch you guys on the next one. Next time, hopefully, I'll be uploading a different build. I'm thinking maybe like a necromancer build. There's some really cool skeleton and spirit spells outside of the spirit summons that could really make an awesome necromancer. So if you guys would like to see that, leave a comment, let me know what you think, and say necromancer in the comment, and we'll get that rolling. Alright guys, appreciate it. Yeah. Alright. Dude, I've just found the open world boss at the Erd tree. His name's Wormface. It's one of those big dudes. Oh. I just 3-hit him. Oh, he's actually... I missed the last one. Oh, he healed, huh? Are you trying to inflict death on me? I see you, fool. Rip.